Hello and welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. My name's Tim and today we're doing a walk around video of our 2015 MY16 Triton GLS. Now the difference between the MY15 and MY16 is actually a decent step up in the Triton. That is when we went from our MN model to our MQ model. So you do have the upgraded front in this car and the improved engine as well. Looking at the front of this car, you'll notice straight away this car is fitted with a really nice chrome nudge bar, light bar across the middle, as well as an antenna for a UHF radio, which we do have fitted inside the car as well. The chrome grille reaching across the middle here, lining up really nicely with the headlights, giving you a really good symmetrical look, is a nice addition to the GLS Triton range in the MQ update. Just below here we do have fog lights mounted to the car as well, so you've got ample light settings here to really help when you're driving off-road if you do decide to go camping. LED daytime running lights running along the outside of the headlights as well to really give it a nice, smarter, more sophisticated look. Moving around now to the side of the car, we do have these really nice flares coming up over our wheels, and stopping our first premium alloy wheel, it appears to be in fantastic condition. Just maybe a little tiny mark there, but otherwise it's in really good condition. With our Bridgestone jeweler tyres on the car, this car's ready to go with brand new tyres, one thing you won't have to worry about. Moving down the rest of the side of the car, we do have chrome mirror caps here with our built-in side indicators, as well as chrome door handles to really go along with the theme of fitting chrome onto this really nice grey silver colour. Our tubular side step along the bottom to help with the ease of getting in and out, with the flattened bit on top with a bit of black plastic grip and a chrome finish as well. Once again, matching to everything else going on with this car. Stopping at our second premium alloy wheel, just as good as the first. I can't actually see a mark on this one, with a brand new tyre as well. Moving up the side of the tub, you'll notice that here we do have our chrome sports bar fitted to this car and a loopless tonneau cover. Moving around now to the back, you'll see that the taillights do wrap around the back of the tub quite nicely, really giving it a sleek design. Coming to the back, this car is fitted with a reverse camera, as well as a rear bumper and a genuine tow bar. What I'm going to do now is just peel back the loopless tonneau cover and show you guys the quality of the tub inside the back of this car. This car is fitted with a tub liner already, a genuine tub liner, which is a really good setup. I like the way that they do this, because there are a couple of minor marks on the tub liner, but it has protected the paint underneath. So don't lose any of your securing tie-down points either, which is a really good sign as well. So a tub liner is another advantage that is added to the value of this car. So by closing up the tailgate again, the way that we close off our loopless tonneau covers is you just pull the end up here and pop the corner over. Once you have that, just a bit of a push the whole way down the length of the car, and there we go. It just seals up really, really nicely. Moving around now to the passenger side of the vehicle, we do have our diesel fuel filler cap here above our third premium alloy wheel. This premium alloy wheel is in just as good condition as the first two that we've looked at, with once again a brand new tyre. One last thing I would like to point out to you before we move down the rest of the side of the car is the way the Triton body shaped. They call this the J line, and they've actually patented this. The whole idea behind the design of this car is, if I actually open up the back here, you'll see that the back seats recess back into this line along here, giving you ample leg room and giving you the maximum comfort you can actually have in the back of a ute. These utes are designed really well for both family and utility purposes as well, being built ideally for towing things and using its capacity to the best it can. This car is fitted with privacy glass, but not window tint. Privacy glass actually doesn't offer UV protection, so I'd recommend getting some window tint fitted to this car and some UV protection for the back as well. As for the paintwork, this side of the car presents absolutely fantastically. We've got a very, it might even come off, that's just a bit of dirt, not even a minor mark there. We've got minor sort of light scratches into the top of the paintwork there, not too deep. Really hard to see, but I am trying to be picky for you guys. Stopping at our final wheel, once again fantastic condition with a brand new Bridgestone tyre. What I'm going to do next is pop the bonnet. We're going to talk a little bit more about the more refined engine. So you'll notice, if you're reading about the stats of these vehicles, that the vehicle actually went from a 2.5 litre engine to a 2.4 litre engine. The way they rate the engines is they rate them up in cc's, and the 2.5 is 2,500. So the actual size of the engine hasn't changed that much. So it's gone from being rounded up from about 2.4.5 to being just under that in the change in size and refinement of the engine. It's going down to 2.4. So even though when you look at it on paper, it does say it's a smaller engine, all you're really getting is a more refined engine, which still puts out the same amount of power, still tows just as well, but you are getting better fuel economy. This 2.4 litre engine is a 4-cylinder diesel turbo, which puts out 133 kilowatts of power and 430 newton meters of torque. In this model, we do actually have our 6-speed manual transmission and 4x4 driving range built in behind this, which means when you combine it with a 75 litre tank, you can actually average around 7.2 litres per 100 k's driven, which is amazing for a 4x4 ute. All of that, if you do the maths in your head, does actually work out to be just over 1,000 kilometers from a full tank of fuel. In the back, the payload on these cars is 950 kilos, so just under 1 ton, and that tow bar, when fitted with electric brakes, can tow 3.1 tons of towing. One last thing I would like to point out about that aspect of the car is the body weight of this car is quite low, so when you are towing, you can actually go up to that 3-ton towing limit and still keep the car load full of people. In most cars, you do start to go over your maximum weight and then void your warranty. So just be mindful of that when you are looking at cars to tow things. This car is also very safe with 7 standard airbags and a 5-star ANCAP safety rating. Moving to the interior of our car, this car is set up really well for both work purposes as well as forward driving purposes. Starting on my right here, we do have a nice two-tone door card with a piano black finish on the armrest and full electric window control. Moving our steering wheel to the right, we do actually have 2 keys with this vehicle. Our side mirror control, fog light control, traction control, and our LED front light bar are all just mounted here down on the dash. Headlights and fog lights here on the right can drive with our indicators, and our windshield wipers here on the left. Steering wheel itself is in fantastic condition. This car has done 87,000 Ks, but it is absolutely well looked after and presents very nicely. Over here on the right, we do have cruise control settings and our Bluetooth and media settings here on the left. Moving to the center of the car, we do have a really nice piano black finish all around our multimedia unit with CD player across the top, touchscreen and full Bluetooth control just underneath that. Moving down even further, we do have our dual zone climate control here where we can actually set 2 different temperatures for each side of the car, and your fan speed just there in the middle. Moving just down from that, you'll notice this car is already fitted with a crystal radio, which is really good to see. The radio is actually mounted down here, very slimline radio, and that antenna on the front, this car is set up good to go. USB port here next to our 12-volt socket, and a little bit more storage just under there in the center. Here we do have our 6-speed manual transmission, a little bit of wear on top from where someone was resting their hand, but the leather's in fantastic condition. And I'll just throw it in reverse for you. Moving back up, and then we can have a look at our really nice reverse camera. You can see our tow bar, so backing up to things is not going to be a problem at all, especially with those distance markers. Now back here, I would like to also touch on, this is Mitsubishi's Super Select transmission system. So what this does is, typically you've got 2 high, 4 high and 4 low settings. The 4 high settings is the central diff lock and you can't drive it on pavement. What Mitsubishi have done, they've added an extra gear. So you have a 4 high for pavement and a 4 high for off-road. So you've essentially got 2-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, and then 4-wheel drive modes. And they're the only make to do that. They've patented that and the system works absolutely seamlessly. Moving back from that, we do have our dual cup holders. And then in the center here, in our center console, we've got 2 tiers with a little bit of a lid just on top of that. And then underneath there, we do have a whole lot of storage underneath. Really deep storage, easy to hold things, as well as another 12-volt socket hiding under there as well. Now I'm just going to get my camera person to pan around the inside of the car. As I mentioned, this car has done 87,000 Ks, and I'm going to touch on the service history while they do that. So the first service was done at 14,000 Ks. The next service was done at 35. Whoop. It's a locally owned vehicle as well. 48,000 Ks, 63,000 Ks, so regularly serviced all the time. 81,000 Ks, and then we performed another service again at 87,000 Ks. At this time to thank you guys for watching our walk around video of our 2015 MY16 Triton GLS MQ update. I hope this has answered any questions you have about the vehicle and giving you a really good idea of the condition and how well looked after this vehicle actually was. One last thing I would like to touch on before we go is this car, being in the condition it's in, with the kilometers it's in, with the service history it's in, does actually qualify for our premium mechanical protection plan. Our premium mechanical protection plan does give you an extra 5 years mechanical protection on the vehicle, as well as 10 years roadside assistance Australia-wide. If you'd like to know more about our premium mechanical protection plan, please click the link in the description below. But otherwise guys, once again, thanks for watching our walk around video of our car. Berwick Mitsubishi, customer service is where we thrive, so please give us a call at 9907 0555.